Okay, we're back live. Is Sebastian here with us today?
Yes.
Okay. So, we're back in the tale of the Power Rangers as the party currently find themselves in the accommodations of their friend, in a druid from the Druid Enclave of Kirinel. And he is... I know that, Sergey, don't do it. It's the wrong picture. Yes. So Brian Birch, he's currently serving you some birch tree juice into your cups, as he just invited you to the top of the tree house to his personal cabinet. It's only 5 of you in here, and you realize that the higher you were going, the less people, the less elves or half-elves you were encountering on the way. Most of the people here, Rafe, especially you, have noticed that difference. If previously they were paying very close attention to you as the outsider here, now they just made a quick glance and they just moved on. You no longer feel this stares in your back as during your first visit. A lot has probably changed in this town. A lot has changed in the perception of its inhabitants. Yes. So as the first set of drink has been served, Bayan sits by the couch, makes this loud breathe out. Oh. So, my friends, how have you been?
Oh, well, all over the place, I think. Pretty much nails it.
Yeah, so feel free to, or not, to share with him whatever you do. You last time saw him before going to Pit of Malice, basically.
Do you think we should share with him?
Did he know anything about the vampire?
He was the one who was charmed by a vampire, remember? But this is how you met Paladins of Pelor first time. This is how you first time met some intervention from Kothus, because Rafe has prayed for it.
Yeah. I mean...
Last time she sprayed.
Last time she sprayed, yes. Yeah, that was all happening in the town of Venetz, on your way to Denver, where Bayan was accompanying you.
Yeah, I mean, we could tell him. But like...
I mean, honestly, I'm not so sure how much Bayan you have to be a picture, so I'm not...
Yeah, of course, it's not a good idea.
He had no touch points with the Avengers Council, right? That was more like Quo, but not him. I don't know. Just keep it superficial. Tell him about the monsters we encountered, but kind of why.
Yeah, exactly. Like explaining why Saz lost his hand and all of that, or arm. Because otherwise he would think that Saz is very weak, right? But he should know that it was a higher vampire.
Yeah, as you are starting to tell him the story that your friend was fighting a vampire here, Bayan immediately has his own Vietnam flashbacks, you know, and he is looking at you, Sas, with increased like respect that you have fought the beast, and you even got out of it almost in one piece, and you were not trying to prevent your friends from helping you, because he was charmed. He remembers also that at some moment he was even trying to prevent you attacking this vampire spawn. So, but it was all under the spell. So yeah, that's this story definitely inspires him, and that's thanks for sharing. And what happened with your friend? How did your friend? What happened with Bayan? With Bryn? Who was that?
Probably the vampire too, right? I mean, it was like on the two.
Yeah.
Out of the game. How else would we explain? Like,
I mean,
no, we
how
left her
would we
behind
explain
to
that
guard
we?
something, which
Yeah,
you're not supposed to know about, and
exactly the reason. Like, why did we leave her behind? Like, it has to be a good reason.
Because he knows that she last time he talked with her, she left to the Tower of Rock from the embassy, and you went to the Pit of Malice. This was the kind of separation.
Yeah, I mean, we met Bryn again, because we saved her from the actual Tower of Rock. She was looking for her artifacts, from her father, and then we realized that she was being captured, and we just went there and saved her. That's how we met again, and then she decided to continue adventures with us, helping with the vampire. Then it was probably the vampire too. Everything happened really fast. Really fast.
Please roll for the deception, Rafe.
I think we should be closer to the truth. But let's see the roll.
Okay.
That's good.
24. Yeah, he is. Rafe is really, trustworthy today. So he takes all your words and he doesn't question them, trying to find inconsistencies in your say.
It's just, at the end, it doesn't really matter how she died. It won't influence the resurrection means. So otherwise, we should have told the truth or something closer to the truth, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we all have suffered the losses. Some losses are more grim than possible. My father was also killed in one of the assaults on the Quirinal. That's why now I'm in charge of my house. And I truly wish him to be back and navigate me in questions. I would never want to be in charge, not until a proper time, but sometimes events, they just happen. And you have to be responsible.
Of course.
Comes after.
Was it really hard getting used to this new life, to the new responsibilities?
Being at war is not really a new thing for us, but having somebody who would assist you was new to us. Originally, we were not sure if anyone from Ironwood would ever provide any assistance to us, but they actually did. So it took some action to actually persuade our people that we're not alone, and it was to create the bonds between nations again. So I guess with blood and sweat, we are now part of the Tithir community, I can say. And another thing, I have to thank you one more time, Rafe. So the supplies that were delivered with the first caravan from the Tithir, from the Tiefling Kingdom to us, it's already very helpful into rebuilding Quirinal. Have you met anyone from the caravan already?
I just saw my brother, actually. He was being loud as usual. Yeah.
Your brother?
Yeah, Yes, I didn't expect him to be here. I mean, maybe yes, but to be gone by now is are they still like helping, or what are they still doing here? Did they decide to stay?
Oh,
Yeah.
they said that they're not really accustomed and they don't really have skills into proper masonry or any other type of work we might need, or cultivation of trees. So they're trying to help us by not interfering.
Okay.
Why they are here?
Useful.
So why did
Oh.
they leave?
Yeah. Are they
They
opening like
was
a consulate or something?
no. They were actually supposed to leave a couple days ago, but they told me that they have a problem with one of their pack animals. So this is true. It had some scarier animal disease. So we assisted them, and they were supposed to depart back in these days soon. So it's your brother, then this seems like a small world. The world is much smaller than we thought.
Such a coincidence. 2 royal members, the Tiefling royal family. Here, the border.
Former border. Thanks to the third army of this year, the orcs has been pushed away more to the south. Of course, there are several more tribes who never will agree to the ceasefire that has been signed by several of their chieftains. But at least now they are severely outnumbered and they cannot do nothing more than just minor diversions or some very suicide type of raids. The only problem that there is now, actually maybe you could help, Kirinel, as you're maybe staying here. I don't know how long the ritual will take for your friend. As the orcs they were mastering the art of taming the griffons. And now after the assaults, many of the orcs actually dead, and griffons survived and stayed in the local forests. So now they're wild, they're changing the ecosystem, and they're attacking everyone they can see outside of their own tribe, except for goblins and some of the orcs. So if you could tame some, that would be helpful for the reconstruction of a town. If you would kill them, I wouldn't mind so, but pacifying them would always be preferable, of course.
I see, Polo says. I'm sure no one would be better at taming a wild animal than druids, Kirinel, but I'm sure you have other responsibilities to attend to,
Yes.
which is why you
Yes.
need our help.
Our people are quite stretched, quite thin at this specific moment, so any help we can get would be appreciated.
I think we can definitely help. But
Kill
maybe
them,
it would make us more efficient if you could give us something like a brief introduction, share some of the knowledge you have about taming animals. We can be of more use to you. Like a learning session, training session.
For half proficiency, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to help as good as possible. Polo always wanted a griffin, so...
He thinks for a second. As I'm not really working recently exactly on the ground, I only am getting reports and trying to organize stuff. From what I can maybe assign a couple of my hunters to give you an introduction to how much and what they know about the griffins, the scale of trouble as they have. As per others, I can mostly pinpoint you to the directions where majority of them have been seen. Of course, knowing you, Rafe, Fireball could be an answer to all the problems, but I would ask you to refrain from using any fire within the Kirinel, for sure, and at least close to its borders, okay?
Yes. I won't do that today.
Okay, that would be definitely fine by me. You
Also, if you
hear
happen to have any books we could use for self-study, that'd be accelerating our low-hanging
Yeah,
fruits,
someone here just,
so to say.
loves knowledge. Yeah.
Sure, we could provide maybe some of the tomes from our library, but that definitely would take some time. We could always use some free hands in rebuilding. So if you have time, we would be happy to, you know, accommodate you for several months or so. I don't know. What are your next plans? What are your next moves? What are you doing?
That's a good question.
Where?
Let's say for today we make camp and we talk about it, how we can align that with our schedule, and I'm sure we can help with maybe one griffin, I think. Let's see how
Each?
many more. Let's see how many more we can
One
find the
might
time to
be
handle.
one might be. It's a good. Thanks for the help, but one might not be sufficient for the scale of a problem we have. The packs of
How
the
many
griffins usually
griffins?
contain 30 or more at once.
I see where you said months. Okay. How many griffins? What's your rough estimate? How many griffins are we talking? Are we talking packs or?
So usually the griffins would be tamed or belong to one of the elite orcish warriors or one of the far reconnaissance groups. And since many of them have been killed in action, there are many of those that no longer have somebody who in control of them. So they're starting to group up and cause trouble. So I could pinpoint you at least to 3 different locations where our scouts are trying not to go in a group of at least 15 men. Otherwise, they would be an easy prey.
I was thinking about single griffins, like that. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can do. I think for today we make camp and... Right, team?
Sure, you can stay in my place. This house is yours, as you accommodate here. Fortunately, we are not a big enclave, and we cannot compare with the amount of entertainment with Denver. But yeah, I already a long time ago forgot what entertainment is. So
Yeah, I should
So
remember
I'm
it from time to time.
So happens we have a performers in our group.
You're not talking about me.
A newly proclaimed musician.
No, I just bought an instrument. I've been practicing a little bit, but nothing special that I would show in a
I'm
professional
sure
level yet. No.
our people would appreciate a performance from you. If you could.
I mean, I can help, Howard says.
Are you gonna sing?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll play it. And you sing it.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Then I guess see you later, and we meet in one of the taverns that we are having in my own district. The name of the tavern, let me check my notes. So the name of the tavern is called The Cato's Gift. I'm posting it in Maps and Lore for you. So just feel free to ask any of the passerbyers. We are more accustomed to the foreigners over here, and they would be welcomed to assist you. I will notify my helpers about you as well.
Thank you, Bayan, for your...
Yeah, he finishes his glass and leaves the house. So now it's 4 of you again in his, tree house mansion. It has 2 floors, and the second floor is full of bedrooms. So you can allocate and find the perfect one for yourself. As you're looking from outside the windows of a house, Sus, you definitely wouldn't like to jump out of this window and get all the way down. Because currently if you're looking at the height, you are roughly around 10th floor.
So like 20, 30
yeah.
meters?
Plus, maybe can do it. He's a ninja.
You can test it,
Do you want to try? What do you think about this type of buildings? Or, I mean, house, place, in the trees.
It's very weak. It's just wood.
Yes, most of the
I
furniture...
prefer stone. It's more reliable.
Sebastian is here. Thank you very much for joining. So he suggests to Rafe to be an instrumental, Farwell singer, and Sus to be a dancer.
I was also thinking about Sus to be a dancer.
Meanwhile,
I can
Paulo
be a
is
cripple.
clearing the pockets,
Of course.
Let's do that.
Do
Rafe
I
will
mean,
play, Paula will sing.
Honestly,
no,
let's
Farwell
do
will
that somewhere where people kind of deserve that, but not in the Druid Enclave. I mean, honestly, let's do that. But Polo can do some card tricks. I'm sure he can amaze some people.
Sebastian, we actually have I don't know, you just joined, but we have a character that in the game that you could be, that I promised to add based on your... his name is Sebas Epicus. And he is also in the same town as the party now. So I'm curious what happens next. So yeah, you're currently all by yourself as you deciding to take a camp, so you can mark your long rest again if you want.
I think
Like we did anything.
Yes,
yeah,
so
we haven't fought anybody.
currently you are on the top of a birch district, and you feel free to explore it or do anything you want. Yeah, as Bayan promised to see you later in the evening.
Okay. Actually, Sass, what do we do with your arm?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already feeling it. It's already started to grow back.
Because even Bayan mentioned that, and we said yes, we need that and resurrection, and then your arm was skipped altogether.
He said that it could take some time for the resurrection to take place. I mean, technically it's one spell, but he said it could still take time. So I don't know. Just left that.
Maybe because Sass wanted to check for options. I don't know if there are multiple options in the Druid district, but do you want to check?
I think.
Yeah, I wanted some tattoos on the side if it grows back.
Ooh,
I mean, okay.
tattoos. Farwell is all in for tattoos.
Do I see any symbols of Danudan around here in house? Any other religious symbols of Irene? Books, anything related to... in the books that is related to the Order of the True Knight or the soldiers?
As you approach several of the bookshelves, you're picking several of the books.
Yeah.
Do read Elvish.
Yes.
Maybe.
Well,
Yes or
does
not?
it? Do you?
Yes.
I think it does.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I wanted to add this meme now, there's something in Elvish here. No, but yeah, you actually read Elvish, so yeah. Most of the books here, they're about cultivation, some of them about possibilities of trade with other nations, but they're fairly outdated and old. There is nothing that you are looking with have an indication of Order of True Knight in the personal cabinet of the head of one of the districts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how can it be that there's nothing in the personal
Because-
cabinet of the head of the district? There's nothing interesting.
Does
I mean-
Polo see any books regarding medicine? That'd be interesting.
Do you read Elvish?
Something else.
Is everything
No,
in Elvish?
but you know what? Technically, since Polo does can use telepathy, he can just listen to basically everything that Sas is reading. So he's passive reading. Maybe doing that, he picks something up.
Then you need to, two of you need to read stuff at the same time, and he translates it to you.
You can do that.
I mean, he
Like
can.
friends.
He doesn't have to translate it. He just has to read it in Elvish and then kind of think it, And since I share language with him, I can have telepathy, and I would understand that.
Sas, would you do that?
I mean, I see the books, I open it with one hand.
Doesn't read.
It-
Doesn't know.
I read the title, and if it doesn't say anything like soul, magic, raising dead, done or done, then I close it. And I do that with 20 books that I see.
Yeah, okay, so Polo just hangs around, lends him a hand, holding books, and asks, what does this title say? What does that title say? What about that
Oh,
title?
something about griffins. Not interesting.
Is there
Something about
anything in the
birds.
language I know? Is everything
Right.
really new?
Griffins is very
How-
interesting for us.
So as you take in one of the books, Sas, and you're trying to translate it, that's the book is entitled as White Tail, and as you're trying to read it out loud, you both are confused for some time until you realize that that's actually a poetry, and you're reading it as a normal prose. And as you're trying to get through it, it becomes clear to you that this is a religious hymns which are used during the childbirth, and how druids are originating themselves and with nature and the circle of life.
What is Druid
What is
religion,
that?
anyways?
Uh,
I don't know.
did you ever ask any of the druids?
No, it's just like Fabo just started thinking to himself, what is it?
You don't know?
Rafe, what's the religion of the Druids? You must know. You've been
Should
around for
know.
quite a lot.
I should know, right?
Why would you?
Because I read stuff at the university. Those filler subjects that nobody needs, but everyone studies. So I should know.
You know the maybe basics ones, but so this basic is fairly simple. You don't even need to roll for that. The druids are believing that every single living thing around them possesses its own spirits. That's why when they ask you, not to damage trees, they're considering you hurting the spirit of a tree. And since the spirit of a tree is in a way equal to spirit to any other object, then you are hurting them. So please don't hurt them. At the same time, they realize that for some people, trees and living beings are not equal on a same measure. So, therefore, they are being, responsible. They're not equaling them for the outsiders, always.
They do use lots of wooden items, though, don't they?
They're actually using most of the building and construction are actually within the tree bodies themselves. And they're using magic to navigate them into a specific way how they want it. So nature
They
kind of
don't
bends.
Oh, so they
For them.
don't kill them, they transform them.
Yes.
How about wooden quarterstaffs and stuff like that?
That's the exception.
So,
Murderers!
I mean,
Hypocrites!
Hypocrite.
No, look,
if the
I have
stick
an
was already
explanation.
on the ground,
Exactly. It was taken with
It was a-
consent and given a new purpose.
Thank you, Druid, brother Druid,
I was
But
just
then they
So
don't really
we-
have a god, they just believe in
Yeah.
spirits. But it's
So it's
not
not
like
like a typical religion. So it's not something you can believe in, make some sacrifice, get anything out of it.
So
This
for
was
them,
easier.
worshipping the deities or somebody specific, it's mostly like an ancient tradition but they mostly venerate just the forces of nature.
So they're atheists. Heathens. We have to convert.
heretics, burn them. Build the Temple of Kosu right now.
I mean,
Since so many
Big.
people just moved in, they're probably gonna start building temples eventually. Like in a few months, we're gonna see at least 2 or 3.
Let's see.
So I
what
didn't
way.
find anything valuable. Maybe I can go to the pharmacy and you can, I don't know, wait for Bayan. News about Bryn.
You don't need company? You wanna go by yourself?
We can go together, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
spices? Is that what you're looking for? God, gotcha.
In the pharmacy.
Sas, what are you looking for?
Pharmacy. I mean, my hand.
Okay.
Sebastian suggests you that a platinum disc would make you more gold than adventures. So, should really consider a band. Entertainment band.
Oh,
I mean,
we'll get there.
whatever. Like, he just needs something from the pharmacy. But
Let's
so
see.
what do we tell Bayan? I mean, he wants us here for probably several months until we tamed probably 120 griffins. So is that something we want to try to do?
Oh, we're gonna stay
Yeah,
here
so-
like maybe maximum 5 days and then say
Yeah, so
something urgent.
This is one of the problems that they have. And you could help with that if you want.
Maybe we can help with other problems. I mean, let's find at least one griffin and tame it. But other than that, I mean, we could do that. We're gonna face lots of griffins. Some of them we have to kill, most definitely. That's EXP. That's a bit of combat. That's like cool, ingredients for potions maybe from the griffins. That's putting balance to the ecosystem. That's doing like small side quests without furthering the plot. Don't think that's such a bad idea after all the recent events. The question is, do we have something time sensitive we wanted to do? I mean, it's not like there's anyone dead and we're forgetting about them, or somewhere trapped and we're forgetting about them. Not really, right?
No.
What about
I mean,
Gaki?
of
How
course.
long is she supposed to stay in the How much stuff?
So she already passed 2 weeks since you admitted her into the rehab. This is when you saw her last episode. And you paid for 2 months, and that's a minimum stay that they expect. But she was telling you that her progress was better than they expect, so she might be finishing faster.
We can stay there the 2 months just to be sure.
I mean, if this was like only 2 weeks, then she's gonna, when she comes out, be level 20 or so. That's okay, but okay. So yeah, nothing time sensitive, like nothing at all.
Sas
Are
has
we
his
sure?
own people who are training.
For 4 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, what about
40 gold per
our
week.
lands?
Yeah, the
Sugar.
building of the tavern is supposed to take 3 weeks.
There's nothing we have to do, no responsibilities. Yeah, I mean, we can just stay here, why not? We can learn how to tame griffins, we can then tame griffins. We can kill some griffins,
What if
get the
what
XP.
if we just take a griffin tamer with us, and he will tame the griffins, and we're just gonna protect them, or we're gonna just punch the, griffins in the face? Right? Like we need one person who can speak to animals. We're not gonna tame them ourselves.
We're gonna play this good cop, bad cop, like one's taming and then the other one punching. Then if you don't want to be tamed, then we punch you. Poor griffin.
Thanks.
Oh, that would be a good, not a bad idea, but I think, why shouldn't we have the animal handling classes for free?
Yeah, that would be useful.
Yeah. Like, let's
That
have the
would take
crash course.
weeks.
No, I don't think. I think we're gonna get a crash course, and parallel to everything what we do in downtime, we can either ask someone or read in the books Bayan talked about. So in downtime, we would learn something, I guess.
We don't need to learn. We can just use the griffins.
But not if we cannot handle it.
Well, you learn it within a day. You don't need to learn how to tame it. You just get the one that is already tamed.
I think that's. Don't you think it's like the person tames the griffin, and the griffin is like kind of cool with that person, but not with everyone?
It's like with the horses. You just buy a horse at the stables, and it behaves. It listens to the commands. Oh, what if we bring like 50 unconscious griffins and exchange them for 3 tamed griffins? Then we don't need to tame anything. We just need, like, we just exchange. I don't believe we're gonna be able to learn griffin taming.
But let's think about it. Like, what could be good about the griffin taming? I mean, other than just killing them. So, if there are tamed griffins, then the druids can maybe use them. Which means, in case of new war breaking out, our allies would have, like, powerful, mounts. Instead of nothing. Then maybe they're good for the ecosystem. Maybe when at some point we're, like, really deep in danger, we can just call the druids and they come with the griffins, like in Lord of the Rings. The eagles are coming. Like, that's not so bad. And also it's kind of a good
Yes,
thing to do, right?
but we
It's
don't
not
have
like
to do that. We just need to put them in a rope and then bring them in for taming in a prison cell.
Yeah, can also do that. I mean, let's start and see, because honestly, if there's like a pack of 40 griffins, I have no clue what to do with those, because we cannot attack and kill them, and we can also not go there and tame them all. So this is gonna be, I don't know, maybe a bit different. Then I mean we have to think like hunters, and we have to separate them, and then we have to encounter them like in small groups or alone, or lure them into whatever traps or so. So there will be lots of nature, sleight of hands, and stealth rolls. There's only one roll we suck at really bad, so which would be nature or survival. Yeah, survival. We can
I'm
try
fine
that.
to do the griffin, but once I get my hand in order.
So let's say it like this: before you get your hand, we try to tame them, and after you get them, we try to, drive them out forcefully. Because I think that's kind of adjusting to our current capabilities.
I just don't see the reason. I mean, we can help Kirino, but
Let's just
I have my
start
own
it and
things to
then.
do.
What would you like to do?
So that
I want to take a griffin and fly to the Danodon statue.
Coda
You
also
can
wants
just
a
buy a
griffin.
griffin.
I mean, just imagine we all would have like griffins, except Rafe who has a Pegasus. How cool would that be? Everything's fast.
Exactly, that's the whole point of the taming. Then you can keep one.
Mm-hmm.
Just buy one. Already tame. We don't need to sit
don't
here
have
for
money.
10 days. I have 500 gold. That should be enough.
Still, wow.
I don't think so.
That's
Inflation's
inflation.
hitting hard.
No, the griffins, there's many of them. They should go low in price. Because there's too many of them. No one wants them.
Yeah, okay, there's oversupply, that's true. At the same time, I would say how to say? The market is quite fresh, which means you can buy a griffin, but you don't know how to handle him. Unless you buy a very, very well tamed griffin, which has been trained for a long time, and that's gonna be expensive. Either
Okay.
that, or you're gonna have like a half-wild griffin, and then you have to be able to tame.
I don't mind having like 10 griffins for private use at my mansion. Or 20. So
I mean,
I'm
ooh,
up for the task.
yeah, think about it. We can maybe put them to use at make an attraction, Griffin Zoo, or
Like,
use them in
DHL.
whatever daily tasks.
Griffin delivery. Fresh wine within 20 minutes.
But yeah.
That is... I like that. Griffin delivery. I mean, who wants to ambush a griffin, right? Like a horse rider, good people do that. Griffin, they think twice or 3 times. Plus, he's flying, so safe delivery. Express safe delivery. Pretty good. Okay, let's get some griffins.
Okay.
Do we want to set like a time frame, like for how long maximum we're gonna do that before we want to go back and face other tasks, or?
In meanwhile, you can also get an arm and everything, so it's like 2 weeks.
I just need my arm, then I'm ready to depart.
Like maybe quickly brainstorming what part of all the open threads are we missing right now? I'm sure there's something time sensitive. Nothing is ever gonna
Electrolyzer.
stop in this world.
We don't know
Whenever we had
anything.
like a long time somewhere, something else happened elsewhere and we didn't have any influence on it. So, I mean, yes, one thing is electron.
I mean, what's the next step on that one? Like, what should we do there? What can we do there?
We need to go to Tiefling Land. This kind of Tiefling Land, maybe find Avengers Council survivors. I think those are the loose ends we can do, or we can go kind of the long way around and pick up on the whole Danudan quest.
The Donald quest is kind of secret for us. Like, we don't know why that exists.
But
It's a
we know
10,000
that
gold
they're-
quest.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, we know in general that Danodan is like deeply rooted into the main story, right? So it is a point to pick up for the main plot. Maybe
And
like
the shield.
Yeah. Maybe the shield.
Make sure you make a list.
DM is not helping.
No. it's
Helping?
Just there and
He's baiting us with these griffins, you know. He's gonna kill people while we're catching griffins in the forests.
I mean, we should do that for a few days and then
Thousands gonna die.
something's gonna happen somewhere. But not there. Like in
I
another
mean-
place where we've never been.
It could be that in the background there are preparations to soul harvest another city. That would make sense, right? Because the Equalizer lost lots of souls, now he needs new ones. Probably that's gonna happen in Tiefling land, so I don't know.
Can't you scry on the stone? I mean, you saw it, you touched it, you know the object. Sure.
That's. I mean, I look it up, but I think I can either scry on a person or on a certain area, like a place, but not on a moving object. And even if, I mean, it's the Equalizer.
Yeah, there are
stone, no
separate
way I'm gonna see
spells
that.
like find object, for example, which work for that. But even they have certain limitations.
I mean, it has to be a way to find where it went.
Sebastian, in the couple of previous games, the players were really trying to figure out how the limbs could be obtained, and they are treated really as another good in the world of magic. And Sas learned that he could get, a prosthetics, which was mostly used and performed by the artisans coming from the Volant Kingdom to the northwest of the Tithir. Or he could go full organic, full vegan type of go into druids who might be regenerating his hand into the original one. So far they are into the Druid Enclave.
There's not many options, really.
I mean, we never really investigated the mechanical hand option or a magic hand option, right? But I mean, sure, it's your choice. We can just do it all here. I mean, that's actually the fastest solution.
No, I don't want a mechanical hand. What I wanted is an elemental hand, but the DM ruled that it's
Elemental?
legendary.
How would you do
impossible,
it?
blah, blah. Well, you have a spell mage hand. Why can't I have a hand that is magically mage hand? Constant effect.
So like ethereal kind of a hand?
Yes. There is a spell. But
That
yeah,
could be pretty
well-
OP.
at the pharmacy.
It could be a magical item which could do that.
Which I don't have any money for. It's
Maybe
fine,
just have to
organic
do
one
quests.
also works.
Yes.
Okay.
So, did you make a list?
Yes, pharmacy. Asking how much would it cost to get my hand back. Do they have a potion for that?
So as you're walking outside of the mansion and you're starting to descend down, you're like, where's the pharmacy? Like asking.
I can read Elvish, and I can ask. Like, direct.
Yeah. So those interactions and looking the signs is not a problem, as I think everybody knows Elvish except for Polo.
Polo. But he can read minds, technically. If someone
I
is so
don't know,
nice to share
Elvish.
their thoughts with him.
Rafe also doesn't know. Okay. Farvald, he knows.
Arnold does.
So as you're descending more and more, you ask a couple of times where you can find somebody who would be of apothecary over here, somebody who heals and saves people. People sometimes ask you what kind of help you need. They could recommend a couple of the shamans if you need some manpower increased and stuff. But you were just pointing at your missing hand and people were just, okay. He's like a different type of... So in the end, you're reaching almost the ground floor of the Birch Tree district. And you are introduced to a grandma. She's fairly short. She's elvish. And she has a lot of different grasses and plants hanging on the wall in the small apartment that you're currently in. So as you're walking in, this mixing of all those smells is hitting right in your head. And you have no clue how she could stay here in the same room for so long without suffocating.
Yeah, but I'm fine. I'm resistant to smell.
Resistant to smell. So you don't change your socks, yes?
I drink very strong tea that smells sometimes very strong. It's not a problem.
Rafe, what kind of
aromatic tea.
What kind of tea are you drinking right now?
Some Greek tea.
Some Greek tea.
Ouzo.
Mm-hmm.
Ouzo.
Yes. So
how much?
So what are you exactly asking? She's providing you, the treatments for psoriasis, the treatment for, overly extended beard if you want to keep it shorter. She starts to provide you a full-length sales pitch.
We are coming from Bayan, the head of Birch District. He pointed us to the pharmacy regarding the missing limb, asking for a friend. And point, show my missing arm.
Oh, so you are in need of
we just came
restoration.
Yes.
Oh, that then my grandson would be of better help for you, but he was asked to assist in the ritual an hour ago. So you would need to wait until he returns.
That's correct, Brent.
Regarding the elf,
Right.
the ritual, we know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're
Anything
talking about.
that you need from us, we know what. We know about the ritual. Okay.
They probably also
just
know
tell
that
us-
we're the ones of the ritual, so...
Tell us, what do you want from us for the restoration?
Me, I'm not dealing with that. I'm only selling the grass. That's my grandson you have to talk with.
Are you trying to make a...
Oh, we thought it was gonna be for free, right?
Actually, why is he talking like
No,
that?
I mean, if
like
it's
that.
not for free, it's still fine, because we said we're gonna pay
Then
it,
we
like,
opt
together.
out. Then we opt out.
No,
You know, they're like half-
We said it
They're
was...
like halfway through, and then like, no, then not. Then stop it. That's
Hey,
not
hey,
okay.
I have this amazing 3-leafed Zuza. Did you ever try it? You
What
can
is
sleep
Zuza?
3 days in a row if you take it. And then you'll feel so refreshed. This is the best thing you can try. Many of our workers, actually, it's a very popular product nowadays. People don't sleep for several days, and then because of the amount of work they need to do, and then they're completely passing out, getting fully restored, and then back to the barricades.
Griffins. Do you
Also-
have anything for griffins?
Also good for our
Animal
warriors.
taming.
Animals? Are you? You don't look like animal tamer. What do you know about animals?
Griffins, of course we are. You don't know anything. Just
That's
I mean, what griffins? You just need to look weak and smell like meat, and they need to be desperate enough. So everybody knows how to hunt griffins.
Griffins must like something. Do you have that?
meat.
They like horse meat, we know that, right?
Of course. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
with some pepper.
Horse
salt.
meat is popular. Do you want to smell like horse? I might have a potion for that.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk out before I kill her. And,
Just say thank
why?
you,
Like-
no, thank you, bye.
How much for that potion?
For the potion? 50 gold. And you, I promise you're gonna smell like horse for 3 days in a row.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Welcome to
different-
Kirill.
Different question though, Polo asks. Do you by chance have, like a very good tobacco for the pipe? You know, like I think you're all about that stuff.
Paula, please roll for insight.
This
DM.
time it works. 20.
What is the light situation around the pharmacy? Since it's the lowest floor,
Yeah, are you inside of the building or outside of the building?
I walked out.
Yeah, you walked out. It's fairly bright. It's now 11 a.m. in the morning.
So we're like in a tree village, and we're at the bottom floor, and it's bright.
There should
Yeah.
be something like Twilight.
Okay, it's bright. The sun is,
So
very
the roll is
bright.
25. Polo, you realize that as you were mentioning smoking, there is something changed in the eyes of this old grandma. She looks at you attentively, and now we're talking. Now there's somebody who can appreciate the old Zelma recipes. Ha ha ha. And she goes to one of the tables and takes out. Here. Try.
So Polo just takes it, like he's seen lots of pipe tobacco in his life, always looking for the best cut. So he takes a look at it, smells. Would he recognize that? Would he have any idea what this is about? That really good pipe tobacco? Something else.
It looks like some very, very well choned and broken leaves or something. It smells like hay. You're not sure how it's going to taste or feel once you smoke it.
Like hay. Well, that's underwhelming. In either case, like hay. Okay, so but it's nothing Polo's familiar with?
No, he didn't try anything of this kind.
Any type of drugs, Polo probably came across them while living on the streets.
Usually the
Okay.
drugs would feel and smell like sweet to kind of cover the narcotic component in them and make them more attractive to anyone. So this one feels raw. There is nothing that makes it sweet. Unlike the drugs.
But does Polo think it is kind of a drug? Does it that it has some effect? I mean, he grew up on the streets. I guess he would know about that stuff, right? He's not just,
He
like,
knows that
grandpa
on the
used to pipe
streets, sometimes people smoke everything they can get. He has seen people in different conditions. So, this is not the worst that people could smoke.
tobacco. So it's rather bad stuff. Rather bad.
It just smells like hay. Other than that, you cannot identify anything without smoking it. She just gives it to you.
Okay. So, if If I smoke this, would I be able to fight my full capacity?
Whom do you want to fight? Those pesky orcs? Absolutely.
Or griffins?
Just-
Who knows?
Just send them an arrow from my name. Old Zelmo owes them couple.
Okay. Good, old Zelma. Then I'll take like a tiny bit to try, and if it's good, I'll come back.
Sure, you know where to find.
Thanks. Cheerio.
Rafe? And you, milady? You have any issues I could help you with? Here's a
thank
small
you.
thing you could attract a mate.
No. No.
No?
I'm good.
Get
I'm
it,
good.
it's
Thank you.
good. Get it.
Okay.
Why would I be interested in that?
Duvalier, you know, is waiting.
No.
I
No.
mean, there are lots of nice elves around, so why not?
No is no.
You can
Okay.
do that,
Puts it out.
like in a
Exactly,
relationship or so. You're not committed.
No.
But if you have any other trouble or like fleas in the hair, like you just ask, you know.
We will come back in that case. Yes, thank you.
Okay, you leave the apothecary. Sas is like boiling in rage, like outside of the door. He tries to find Shadow and he doesn't find it. He's angry.
Yeah, we should just take.
Any
Sas
lanterns I
away.
can smash?
Let's just take Sas
Of
away
course.
from here.
What was he gonna do? I mean, Shadow Step, and then what?
He wants to break something. I don't know.
He was about to steal, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
The question is what?
I
There's
was
nothing worth
promised
stealing.
help. And so far, people are just trying to take away my money and sell me some drugs.
Yeah, but you will get the help after the ritual because the one only person that can grow your arm back seems to be busy
I
with
feel
the
like
ritual.
she-
Apparently, it's only one person.
Disrespects.
Maybe if you tell us what exactly you need, we can help you look for it.
I want to get my hand back.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's what she said. She said that the only person that can do that.
I don't trust her, whatever she said. She lies.
She's not lying.
She
But she
is.
also has a business, so she also needs to make money for herself. That's why she was offering everything.
Weren't you looking for spices?
No, he was looking for
No.
the growing arm.
Spices.
I mean, they said that that's like a ritual or so that Bayan or some of the mages have. Mages groups.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of good people in that. Like apparently, it's only this one person. So we have to wait until this person finishes that thing, and then
I mean,
maybe we can go and check the ritual too.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, let's go. Where's the ritual at?
That's a good
I mean,
question.
you remember Brian asked you not to move the body anymore, so might be in the same house where you were escorted to originally.
We'll go there. Right?
I mean,
You
can
lead the
do,
way.
but
Okay. Yeah, let's go. I mean, of course, we're not gonna get there like, hey. We're gonna check carefully if we can get in and wait. Or see how they do it.
I'm gonna go back into the house and ask, what's your son's name?
No. Don't go. Just come.
I'm already in.
No. Come on. Hey, Farwell, just take him.
Grab
No,
They're
him.
gonna
we're gonna
kick us
find.
out of.
We're gonna find
They're
her
gonna
son.
kick us out
Okay.
of Kirinel now.
It's fine. If they don't want our help,
This is
then
not
they
fine.
can deal.
Diplomacy is important.
why is Sas angry?
I
His
don't know.
hand
He
is-
gets, but he
Polo
gets
asks, why
so.
are you angry, Sus? And he really intently looks at Sus, because Sus is like angry for apparently no reason, and Polo's kind of trying to the ground of things, because that's kind of a out of the blue behavior.
Well, you would
He wasn't like
get
that.
that the
He wasn't
Sas
like
is
that.
in rush. Sas is rushing
Yeah, he's
to get his
seems-
can back.
he seems hasty, but why? So looking intently, paying attention to the details with the
What details?
I don't
Details
know
of
about
what?
Sus's behavior. Maybe he's shaking. I don't know. Whatever. But would Polo see something or get a feel for what?
Yeah, he is in
Sus is
pain
not telling.
because he doesn't have a hand. So,
But we know we have
he's
to wait
missing.
for that.
Yeah, waiting and walking around with painful missing hand is different.
Doesn't
I
hurt
think that's
anymore.
phantom pain.
This is Phantom
Of
pains.
course it hurts. Of
Mhm.
course. And my I need to use my swords. Otherwise, I'm getting frustrated.
I mean, we can get the
Ah.
sword for you if it's a temptation.
You're not taking away my sword.
I mean,
Are
but
you gonna
if
hold
that's
us
the
back?
thing that's making you. Get angry-
Farveld, Paul, and Rafe, you realize that this is really striking you as an odd behavior from Sas. You don't remember him behaving this way before the Roman Ravenmar fight, before he went unconscious and died.
Okay.
My God, is this really Sas? Is it the right soul back?
Maybe we have to.
have to kill
How can we check if there's something, if something went wrong with the?
I don't think anything went wrong. I mean, you were there when they did the ritual, right? So you kind of saw what they did.
Yes,
now
but the
he's
thing's like,
just
you know, like I broke the thing, so the soul was there. What if there was another soul around? I don't know how it really works.
Nah, that's not how it works. There are constantly lots of souls swirling around. So they take the right one. So Sas knows everything that the previous Sas knew, so that's fine. I just think Sas is maybe having something like a toxic relationship with a sword. If you ask me. I think he
Do you
needs
think
to
we
kill
should take that?
something.
Oh, he can kill something. Well, what can he
Griffins.
kill here?
Griffins.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a
Okay,
grandma
that's-
in the house.
No, we're not
I
killing
can
people.
kill-
Oh, there's no
We're-
killing the grandma.
We're not killing people. Today.
I'm not here.
Rasputin.
Power Rangers. We can see this as a vacation. We're at a remote place, exotic environment in the nature, off any main quests. This is kind of a vacation to, come back to our senses, relax a bit.
Rehabilitation center.
Yeah, like so there's no killing of civilians for no reason.
Okay, so you would calm down Sas for now, but okay, what do we do next?
Sas is
Oh, it's going.
Raskolnikov, yeah? Rodion. do you know the Crime and Punishment?
No.
I didn't.
No.
It's about killing grandma, yeah. One of the Russian
know, maybe-
classics. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like War and
Maybe-
Peace.
By Dostoevsky.
It's basically
Fyodor
the same.
Dostoevsky. Yeah.
Maybe Sas wants to have a little sparring with Farwald. She's so eager to fight.
I'm missing a hand, man. Don't start.
Let's go where the ritual's
Trying to
happening and
help
let's
you with your
ask.
sword situation.
Everything is fine. We are wasting time.
I mean, we can really take this sword for a little bit, in case it's doing some psychic damage.
Sas, you hear the strong male voice in your head, just as before. She seemed to be jealous of me in your hand. You realize this is a sword voice.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you back.
Do you still want to cover her back? Will she cover yours?
Silence. The DM doesn't hear the answer.
Okay.
And this sword speaks in Spanish.
You didn't get it, right?
Spanish orc.
Spanish.
Riding bulls. Come on. So, what do we
Убить
do?
старушку. Убить старушку.
No, they're not gonna let me. Maybe later.
I think if you would kill that grandma, you would not get your arm back. That's pretty sure. And then you can kill that stuff. So maybe waiting to getting the arm back will make you able to kill more stuff afterwards. Guess
Let's
that
go
makes
to the
sense.
ritual.
Yeah, we go to the ritual and we know her son's name.
We
I
can
mean,
find
her
out
last
what's
go to the
there
ritual.
already, yeah.
I think like Polo,
Zelma.
you know, like all of this time, Polo has been kind of very observant of the environment, like being back in a big old forest, huge trees, lots of places to climb and to
A lot of vantage
his
points to
agility.
cover.
Yeah, but also it reminds him of his childhood, you know? Those trees he learned to climb the way he is able to climb, and it feels very familiar. So I don't think Polo will join you for the ritual. He's rather gonna wander around, climb a few trees, get familiar, kind of getting back in touch with his childhood him. So
Just don't
Yep.
steal anything.
Okay, so Paula, you split the party. Paula goes on his own, walking around. So as you're feeling this nostalgia feeling, it's been a while since you've been in the nature and that close to a circle of people who venerate nature that much. That's why it feels so close to you, to your past. As you're distancing yourself away, you realize that the architecture style and the trees and the decorations are also changing. You're seemingly entering a different district. And as you are going through, you see in front of you an elf. And he seems to be lifting a coin in his hand and grabbing it back. He does it several times. He catches, and you recognize that every single time he has a different impression on his face once he realized the result. As you're getting closer to you, as you're going further by the street, he is looking in your direction. Hey, you respected ones. Do you believe in luck? That's Polo to Polo.
To Polo.
Polo.
Another
Okay.
temple of Irene worshipper.
So Polo takes a closer look at him, and I think by now Polo can understand if he's facing a worshipper. The Say, of the God of the Lucky. Or if he's just watching tricks. Does Polo get anything from the vibe of this person?
As you're looking at him, this dude looks like that. I'm sending you a picture in Maps and Lore.
Okay, what was his question again?
Yes, do you believe in luck?
There's little else to believe in, isn't there?
Heads or tails?
Usually whichever wins. If you ask me,
He lifts the
throw my
coin
own
and
coin.
grabs it.
well, let's say tails.
Please roll 1d100.
Has to be tails. For whatever you see of a running halfling as his backside. What was the formula again? Exclamation mark D100?
I think slash mark roll.
Ah, yeah, right. See. That? Nope. Like this.
Hmm.
Roll. Ah, now.
You forgot one. Roll one.
So it's 58.
Tails it is. You hear a voice in your head, even though the guy doesn't move his lips. What do you want to know, child? You have one question.
One question. Fuck me. How to not only chase luck but find it? That's a deep question for the god of, because it can be about the god himself, about his shrine, about his cult, about the very essence of what he is, or simply be lucky in every situation. I think that's an appropriate question, especially for someone with a lucky tree.
You may find more than you desire if you look for a place named Sireloon. Visit. O young believer.
Sounds promising.
And with this
I
note,
guess I see
he
you
is
there.
hiding the coin back and passes you by and going further. As you turn
Right.
around, trying to follow him, there is no one there.
I was thinking about pickpocketing him, because it would probably not work out, but if it's a good attempt, I think he would appreciate that. But it's too late. Okay. So
Okay, we're
wait,
back
so
to-
the word was. Can you write it down?
Yeah, I will send you as a message now. Okay, we're back to Rave, Sus, and forward. As you're descending all the way to the bottom floor and you're approaching the house you were originally brought to and where you left the body of the Breen, you realize that by the entrance there stands a couple of elves. And from the inside of the building there is this greenish glow seemingly coming. It's fairly light, it's not disturbing. It doesn't remind you of a light of a portal that has been used in Elfield. Rather, this one is soothing, it's calming. This shade of gray, this shade of green. What would you like to attempt to do? There is a... Yeah, the building itself, it has several windows on all of the sides. There's one single entrance, which is guarded by the two of the elves. Right.
Can I ask the guards?
Of course.
Hey,
Hey.
Oh,
I'm looking
Okay.
for the son of the old Zelma. Is he here?
you mean Alathar? Yes, he is here. He's currently busy.
Will he? I mean, would it? How long would it take for him to talk to him?
To know, he's currently performing a ritual. Once he's done, he's done. I wouldn't disturb him.
Dio himself?
He-
Like, aren't there other
He was
people
the
now?
one who was able to bring dozens of our warriors back. So we learned the hard way not to disturb him in the rituals.
What happens after they bring the person back?
We get our warrior still standing.
Does he get back the limbs he lost in a fight?
He gets everything he needs to protect Kirinel.
Including the missing legs and hands and feet. Yes.
Fully equipped.
Good. That's good.
Do you want to
Can I talk to someone that he brought back?
He looks around and sure, absolutely. He points you at a person standing 2 floors above, and you realize that this person is wearing the same uniform of a Birch district, also with a long bow. However, this person is not elf or half elf. You realize that this is a gnome.
And I'm gonna ask the soldier, but he's not elf. How could be? How? Why is he in the guard?
He is more than capable of performing his duty, and we owe to him and everybody like him who stood for the Quirinal and Ironwood.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to him. Thank you for your service. Rafe, you had some questions to this guard gentleman over here?
I just wanted to know if the Alatar is just like by himself or if there are more people helping in the ritual.
He has a couple of assistants with him. But are you one of the caravan people? As the guard?
No, not directly.
Okay. Anyway, wanted to thank you for the supplies we received.
Sure.
Good day, Sarah.
How much did you send them, Rafe?
Well, I didn't send them anything about my father, but it was up to him what he considered good to make them know that we want to. I mean, we just want to be a kingdom. We don't want to be separate people. We're not against them. We're with them. Yeah.
Okay. Farwald? Is he doing anything? He's just standing next to Rafe, hearing the conversation.
Howard was a bit absent, so I guess he didn't get.
What's on his mind?
I mean, they are constantly surrounded like by very big trees, very ancient trees, even kind of holy trees. So that was really reminding him of his patron and the open-ended conversation they had, and Cloud was just thinking about that because it's something that troubles him. So I wasn't really there with his mind.
You can try again here because the trees remind you of him.
Maybe. Cloud is trying to understand whether he wants that or not, whether he should do that or not. He's split. But as of such, he didn't really note anything of worth from this conversation.
Okay.
Unless someone would remind.
No. There was nothing. Like, we're not important, we cannot disturb anybody. Well, the
Makes
ritual
sense
happens.
that we're not able to disturb a resurrection ritual.
Yeah, but it's
Especially if
really
it's
bad
for
that
one
it's
of our
only...
friends.
But it's only one person. I expected more magic, more people, like, okay, you go to the next room for that other ritual, but no.
I mean, it's okay to wait. I mean, we're waiting for quite some time. It's
Well, tells us.
You arrived to Quirinal an hour ago.
yeah. So, I mean, that's priorities. Let's first revive Bryn, and then we get back to them. I mean, while at this, maybe Sus wants to think about. I mean, maybe there are more options than to just get back like a normal arm. I mean, they're druids. They can grow all kinds of stuff. Maybe it could be different. Maybe, I don't know, let's say instead of a normal arm made of flesh and bone, it might be something more wooden, tree-like or whatever. I don't know what they are capable of. Maybe it's something modified. It could have, like a tougher skin, like some thorns on it, like a thicker skin, like a layer of
Sauce. As you're hearing this, would you like to have like a bush of roses growing out of your right
I
hand?
mean, imagine plus 10 to performance or so. Wow.
Huh?
Given you wanted to be a dancer anyways, not that. No, I'm kidding, but I mean, seriously, maybe consider, maybe there's some improvement or some modification they could arrange. I mean, they're
Yeah,
good
I'm
at
sure
growing
this
stuff, so...
old Zelma can sell you a lot of modifications. She could
No. It doesn't look like
use.
they can do so much custom work. It's really like you're gonna get back what you lost, like just how as it was before you lost it. I think.
I mean, let's just ask, right? There's no cost in asking. And maybe there's something Tos might like. Maybe there's a way.
Then maybe you should ask because you're more optimist than everyone else.
I mean, it's
Farwell
not my
is the
place.
most optimist.
Well, yeah.
You know, if you're so close to death, then you know you change your perspective on life. No, but I mean, it's that's not my place. Like maybe it should be Sus who decides what type of arm he wants. If he wants the standard, if maybe he asks for something else. I'm not sure if that's possible, but could be an option. But then that initiative, not Farwell's. How just
Yeah,
giving ideas.
I'm gonna talk to this person that was revived recently. I'm gonna ask him if what happened to him. I have a suspicion that he was an elf and then he was revived as a goblin. Remember, druids do that. So the Bryn
Well-
might come back as a dragonborn,
What?
Oh my
Why?
God.
and then
No,
she
no,
will
come
be a
on,
bit
it cannot
sad
be.
No,
that we
but
did this.
why would this happen? I mean,
Because that was like a druid spell. You're gonna get reborn, but a different race.
really?
That's
No, come on, no, it
DM
cannot
is
be.
scamming.
Maybe
my
DM,
God.
I'm
the
talking
Just-
to the soldier.
Ask.
Yes, you're approaching the gnome, who is standing there with a very oversized to his body bow, but the short sword seems to be just fine in his hands. As it took you some time to get to the second level, and of course he notices how you first were talking to the guard next to the guest shed, and now you're going directly to him. So he's kind of like with this suspicion looking at you like,
I'm gonna take out my sword. And it's like,
he puts the hand on the hilt of his short sword. What is it you want,
gonna-
outsider?
I want to ask you a few questions. As
Sure.
you see, I have a two-handed sword, but only one hand. This is a bit of a concern to me.
That was a good line. That was a very good line.
And I heard you have a master here that is Alafar, and the son of the Zelma. And
Grandson.
I'm trying to get if was it the true that he helped you with your. I heard you also had a problem in fight. What exactly did she do for you?
Do you think death is a problem?
I experienced that recently, yes.
And how was it?
Well, my arm didn't grow back, but it was a Temple of Perlor. I'm wondering if the healer here is more powerful and can get my hand back. Did you lost a limb?
I was torn to pieces,
Oh, that's
and that's not the most pleasurable memory I have, outsider.
I remember
Maybe if
the
you'd
flash
buy
and
me
the
a drink,
twilight.
I could tell you a longer story.
Drink? Sure.
I'm currently
would you
on
think?
guard duty right now, so I cannot drink. But later on, sure. What's your name, sir?
Sus. I was called Sus before I died.
Could choose a new name.
I mean, we can meet in the evening and share the stories. But I
Pleasure
really,
meeting you.
I cannot wait to know
I'm
if this
Varys.
person... Don't have a goblin friend yet. But
Gnome.
can I see your face? You're very stealthy. My eyesight hasn't come back yet.
Okay,
No.
here's the...
He speaks Elvish,
Yes,
but he's gnome.
yes.
Okay, then we're gonna talk and then we can go to the tavern whenever he's free. There's nothing else to do, it seems. If Harvard and Ray wants to come.
Yeah, of course.
It's very big ears for a gnome, and very carefully trimmed mustache.
Reborn into generic gnomes.
I mean, telepathically speaking, I was thinking gnomes, I think they're known for their engineering and mechanical skills, right? So they would be like people who maybe could do like arm type of prosthesis, you know? Because they're very
Maybe.
skilled.
But he has a short
ideas.
sword and a bow, and he speaks Elvish.
I don't know. Like I was, you know, I'm just throwing arm ideas at you, and just don't seem to like them.
Varys, are you good with mechanical engineering? Or you like bows and arrows?
What is that? Did you try to
My
cast a
friend
spell on me?
First matter. Do I look like a wizard? Well, you see the sword?
I see.
I don't know any spells. I'm almost, one-handed. But
That doesn't
Yeah,
make
let's
you
chat.
half-brained, right?
well, you don't know which limbs I'm missing after the resurrection. My memory, was fighting a vampire. Got bitten, and it's hard. It's hard to remember the past life.
Bitten? And nothing happened to you? I heard people transform
I
after the
died.
bite.
What do you mean? Nothing happened. I died. I told you.
He comes closer to you and look, and then with one hand he's reaching with his hand slowly closer to you.
And I'm like,
What you doing?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
like-
my heart is beating. I'm gonna
Yeah,
grab
he-
his hand.
Yeah, I mean, still alive. Then probably rumors were not true. I heard you're turning into some abomination or aberration or who knows what kind of beast after you die into a vampire.
I told you it was a parlor. Maybe they did something. I don't know. But I have one question. Were you an elf before? This Alafar helped you. Did you have a different body? I heard the rumors that's what the elves do. They they transform you into a different body if you die. I don't want that. So I want to know what I'm signing up for if I have a business with this Alafar.
Quirinal is above all. You think I'm not worthy?
Yeah.
Quirinal is not above all. Stop being selfish. You're just a small city in the whole Tethir. There's many different races, and the Quirinal is not above them all. Right, Rave?
We're all the same.
They are all on the first floor. You're
Yes,
talking alone.
They're all the same. We're not above all. Quirinal
Don't you
above
see?
all.
We stand above everybody who is on the ground. Let's.
Okay, let's meet
Everybody
in the
okay?
evening. So, where should I meet you and when? When does your shift end?
In 6 hours. Be
We can
over.
discuss
Where are you?
this sensitive topic.
Where are you staying? Outsider.
We're staying at the headmaster Bayan's quarters.
Bayan Birch? Hmm.
Yes.
Friends in high places. Literally. I can step by.
Yeah, you can come over. Just bring some drinks.
Definitely.
Sounds like
You
a
were
raid.
invited for drinks.
So then, what else do we want? I don't want a piece of wooden arm if this guy does that. I'd rather wait.
mean- Maybe you cannot choose in which form the arm comes back, you know? Like, might be from another race, might be like an orc arm,
Yeah,
maybe it's a
exactly.
goblin arm, you know?
Tiefling arm, Sauron arm. I don't know. Like, no, I mean, I wouldn't want that.
Rave! Hey, you hear the shout. Comes somewhere from above.
Yeah.
It's an infernal.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Can you
thought.
speak?
You can see
Yay.
Sedas is waving to you from somewhere, like 5th floor. Do you have time? Come.
Yes. Do you want to meet my friends?
Later. Come yourself.
You have
Okay.
secrets, Rave?
Well, he has secrets. He was with my father, right? So it was like, kingdom stuff.
We fought together to death, and now you have secrets. As soon
I
as
don't
you
know what he
meet your
wants to tell
brother,
me. I'll tell you what he
you
told me.
sure you're safe?
Brave, are we not welcome?
Oh,
Father.
yes. I'll make sure that he will not need me for a long time by himself. Like, let him know that you're waiting for me to call you. So just wait here. If I'm taking more than 5 minutes, then I might be in danger.
Yeah, do you
Not that I
mind
don't
being
trust
quick?
him,
Why
right?
would you be in danger?
Oh,
You won't
I
be in
don't know.
danger.
It's tieflings.
You never know. Yeah, of course it's siblings, but what if it's not really him? How can I know? He just looks like him. Like Sas has been changing. He looks like him, but he acts different.
Yeah, look
But
for
yeah,
any
yeah.
order of the True Knight tattoos and all of that. You know the drill.
Yes.
Rave, come. Need to talk.
Yeah, we can talk, but then my friends can come. They should meet you. We've been traveling for a long time.
Later. Sure, but
Soon.
just use the
Okay.
third passage here.
Okay.
He points to one of the letters. So I will roll a bit in the maps and lore channel. So
Oh.
yes. So as you are climbing up several floors above you, he is currently standing and observing. And several times his eyes are crossing with you, Farvald, and with you, Sas, as you hear the whole kind of like shouting around as he is observing your say, party members or passengers or friends from aside as you're getting closer to him, Brave. So as you're getting closer to you, he is getting closer to you
Pulls out the
and
dagger. Stabs you.
expands his arms, and I'm glad to see you, little sister.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it's been a long time. The whole conversation happens in the infernal and outside of hearability of anybody else. It's been a while. I was just recently back at home, and you've been gone for so long time. You know, I'm missing your presence sometimes. We're all missing you at the family celebrations. How's it going? Is it worth it?
Of course, it's been fun. I've learned about a lot of different towns and cities and races, and of course I've understood, as I thought, that there are good people and really bad people too in the kingdom and the many places I've seen. But yeah, it's been worth it. Dangerous a little bit, but nice.
Yeah, you are doing a hell of a lot of job. Well done. Really, like,
What am I doing?
I mean, without your letter, when else would we be able to send an envoy to Druid Enclave and pass their defenses so easily, just to see what's on the inner side, and being 100% in the legal? That's was so perfect, Rafe. Well done.
That wasn't the intention, right? Like,
Of course.
the druids are my friends.
Yeah,
This is
but
to cooperate. We don't want to change anything here.
that's for the father to decide.
Of course. I hope that he's taking into account, like, my feelings about everything.
And your feelings? When was the last time you talked to him? Do you consider his feelings? You've always been his favorite, then you're gone against his word, sometimes sending letters, communications. Like, the old man, is not the same as he was. He's, given to the old age.
He still has many
2 months.
years after. What?
She
No,
got really
after-
old.
No, he's not that old, no.
I mean, I was just really worried when he got poisoned, but I was really happy that our
Yes, you
medicine
had
was
to be there.
effective enough.
You had to be present.
Yeah, of course I had to be present, and I wanted to, but then when I wrote, then he was okay again. But I mean, you all were there. Did you find out who caused it? Like, who poisoned him? Who betrayed us?
Yes. Couple of
Who did?
newcomers.
Newcomers from where?
From Shachlands.
What
At
are
least
they?
that's what the original agenda was. At least that's what executioners were able to extract from them.
Hmm.
So that was a close call. So
And what did they want? Like, why did they want to kill my father? Did they want to conquer the kingdom or something? Or were they
Like-
looking for something?
as our extractors said, they were genuinely believing they're doing it for the revenge. The revenge was their main motivator.
Revenge against what? What did we
That
do?
part is still a mystery to me.
And what does father say? Like, does he know? Does he have a theory, or maybe he didn't tell you? He's a little bit secretive sometimes.
You know how it is hard to read him. You think that was the first attempt on him? Not even a dozen ones. So, if I or anyone from us would be on his chair one day, maybe we'll have the same attitude. So I don't know how seriously he took it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, that is the whole idea. To find out what it was, and since I'm, like, traveling the world, and I would take care of the people that tried to poison him. Like, it didn't make any sense.
Maybe you should visit an old man. For a while.
Maybe I'll go with my friends at some point.
I see
might
you
be issues in
changed.
the- Why?
I mean, I'm looking at your company, I'm looking at you, and you don't seem to bother. You seem to
I
be so
don't.
adjacent to Tythir nowadays.
It's all about the world. You know, I never really wanted to be just in the royal family and royal matters and thinking that everyone else was just below me. Just sometimes, but not always.
I see. Yeah, you always had your
You
ways.
should think the same.
No,
Be-
my duty comes first.
yeah. And so...
Even here, I am on the orders to follow up on the very first caravan of supplies that arrived here with your help. We're not staying here for long. We are returning back soon. Once our animals are healed up, maybe you can join our caravan. We can return all together.
No. I'll get there eventually. I'll go visit father.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. Send my regards, and everyone here is very grateful for all the help. So everything was well done, and I'm really glad that father really accepted to come in good terms with the druids. They are really good people, and they suffered a lot, and they helped me some at the beginning of my adventures. Yeah.
Interesting. You really changed. Do you have anything to pass along? Me and my envoys are staying in the Chestnut district. So if you have something to pass along, I could deliver it in case you're not going with me.
No, not much. Just watch the border. Do you know about anything that's happening in the border? With excavations?
You mean which one?
Siblings.
I mean ours.
Yes, of course. Well, what else could I be talking about?
I mean, the most action currently happens on the very south, when the remains of the orcish clans, they're just throwing themselves against anyone who is not orc. So that's the most fun place to be now, rather than visit some Druid Enclave. I could go there, but that wasn't my task. Other than that, no, seems to be fairly calm. I was expecting some excitement happening with Tythir, if you know what I mean, but that was at first postponed, then delayed, then cancelled altogether.
Better like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, as I tell you, like, yeah, as an outsider, you don't really understand. Like, people are actually nice. If you find someone that is not, you can always kill them. But in general,
Can I kill that dude? He's like staring at me all this time as we're talking.
No, nobody here, no. No, it's different. If you see someone stealing, if you see someone hurting someone else, well, they can just be killed.
Why would they do it in the first place? Isn't the law
Exactly.
should be executed on a spot? Don't understand.
Yeah,
They should
the
absorb
law-
our
the law
penal
here-
colonies policies.
Yeah, there's a little bit of corruption in the government sometimes, and then if they give some money, then nothing happens. Yeah, that's how it works here. Like, the law works completely different.
That's not the definition of a law that I was taught.
Yeah, maybe mention father that I might be thinking about like opening a consulate or something of tieflings in Tetir, in case he wants to maybe build something for our kingdom. He might have thought about it already.
Yeah, but in case we have another excitement, you would immediately become the first target.
Well, then let's make sure that we're not enemies.
Okay, I will pass him along your idea.
Yeah, and remember being very careful with your war plans. If they ever happen again, hopefully not. They will not be war anymore. I don't know who you were talking to before, but there were some really weird maps somewhere. And I
Traitors!
mean, if you,
Hate
I
traitors!
mean, well, they should have been killed, right?
They
And
broke
instead
the
he
oath to the
wanted-
Legion! How could they do that? Still cannot really properly think once I hear about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you already know who that was? Or who they were?
Yes. They've been already dealt with.
Like
Yes.
for good.
Yes, for good. Everything has been changed, reworked. Any possible threads have been cut. This is no longer the weak point.
Okay. Did you trace like?
That's
any
one of the
activities
reasons why
that-
I'm actually here. It was more like,
Oh, this is your punishment.
yeah.
Ah, that explains everything. Okay. But come on, this could be a good thing. Have you been to the taverns here? Have you played some of the local games?
Local games, what, they're drinking until they can sleep with pigs.
Well, I mean, sometimes if you pay a little bit more money, it's good drinks.
Maybe you can show me around and show me how you entertain, especially with your party members or who they are.
All right.
You would know definitely more.
I started getting into music now, actually. So maybe we're gonna do some little performance, like maybe tonight at some tavern. If you maybe want to check, and if
Okay,
you
where
wanna
are you
learn also,
performing?
maybe if you get.
That would be quite a story for Epicus, performing in Druid Enclave. First time in history.
I know. That would culturally help, I hope.
I assume that's for the diplomatic reasons then.
Yeah, of course.
Sure, just tell me the place and me and my retinue will come. Do you wanna...
How many
wanna-
are you actually? How many tieflings are there staying with you?
Our caravan contains 15 men. 3 of my closest assistants.
Okay. And was everything okay on the way here? Like, you didn't find anybody following you? Nothing strange?
Nothing as interesting as in the pits of Gokzin. The beasts there are way more vile and dangerous than anything over here.
Sure. I'm glad you already know how to deal with those things. Yeah.
You want to introduce me to your friends, or we can do it in the evening? One of them is already like staring my face. My hand is itching.
God. One of them is also like you, getting easily upset about everything. Yeah.
The one without a hand probably got a lesson.
Yes. Yeah, I see. You still read people, right?
Okay, then see you later.
Fine.
Into the
behave,
abyss.
okay? Into the abyss.
And and he turns around and leaves to the direction of the Chestnut District. Farwell, you have observed Rafe talking for briefly, let's say, 3-4 minutes, and you saw that from the distance. At first, Rafe was kind of like keeping, distance ways, but the longer they talked, the more impressive the conversation was and the more relaxed Rafe looked like. And at the end of the conversation, they didn't seem to, there was no any more cold ice, if you can say, that you could feel in the beginning. Yeah. And to your surprise, Rafe comes back downstairs alone. Sas, you also return back, even though, from your conversation with the gnome. Polo is still, who knows where, wandering around the town. Yeah, you are not really far from the house where the ritual takes place.
Is there a library here?
Ooh. Okay.
Druids, they live long life. They must have some documentation.
Sure.
Who are you asking?
I mean,
Rafe. I'm asking Rafe.
Rafe is a druid
Um,
expert, okay.
I mean, I haven't been to a library, but I know that in some houses they do have books.
I mean, you've been here before. I haven't been. You must know.
Did I ever see the library? Pass by.
Wait a second.
Okay.
Okay. So, just to check one thing, let me check one thing.
The library burnt.
Why is so suspicious?
Of course, everything we need. This is God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rafe. As you were conversing with your brother, please roll for me wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Oh my god. 11.
Okay.
What happens? What do I feel?
Nothing.
nope.
So, Sas asked you a question about druids. So?
I want to
The
know
library.
more about the war of the past. And maybe the druids have some documents about the Danidon statue and Olympic fortress, and if they're so proud of themselves and they live so isolated, maybe there's a chance that they have books, chronicles.
You're asking Rafe.
Yes. Who else do I ask? Rafe is a local guide. Google Map person.
Do I know where the place is with that information?
I mean, the latest place you've seen books was the personal apartment of Bayan. You also remember that there were shelves with books in the same head of the house in the Oak District, in Kor's house, his uncle's house. So that's the only places that you visited around which had any books in them at all.
Yeah, we didn't go to any libraries when we were here. We were more like drinking, meeting people, playing some dice games. Yeah, we didn't even fight. Or did we? No, we didn't.
The only druid you ever
Roleplay
fought was Svane.
How was your brother?
Oh, he's fine. He's a bit real.
Is he gonna kill us?
No. I mean, because I told him not to. Yeah.
He can try.
No, he won't. No, try. I mean, he's my brother. I also don't want him to die, right?
He can get resurrected into a goblin.
Come on, that doesn't happen.
Well, what do we do then?
What else can we do? Is it the evening already? To go and sing? For you to have?
Sure.
It was
you
a
can-
bright light the last time I asked.
Yeah, you can
Very
wait for
bright.
another.
We can go hunt griffins.
We have Sebas in the chat, who is saying that being siblings, one would think Rave's killer instinct would live strong with Epicus. So.
That killer instinct. What? Why?
Yeah, Sebastian, did you hear the whole conversation that was taking place? That was... Yeah. Okay, back to the...
Certainly doesn't seem peaceful, so pretty much on point, I guess.
So, would you like to wait until the evening performance meeting time? Sus?
I think.
Or we go and walk around, find a library by chance.
Drop in.
I mean, yeah, Farwold would definitely look maybe for library, books, also maybe get some upfront information about griffins, or whatever else he can find, especially regarding resurrection magic and that stuff. Very interesting. Everything that's about life and death.
Yeah, so first thing, as you're asking about libraries and any public knowledge sources, you've been told that most of the knowledge is being acquired and distributed by the heads of the house within their specific domain, what they're dealing with. So there is no like public knowledge for everybody, rather than it's being just taught and passed along. So it's on the head of the house to educate their own district. That's for the first question. As for the second question, as you are conversing about Rave's brother, you hear how a couple of the elves are coming closer to you, and they are introducing themselves as to be the hunters that were sent by Bayan to tell you more about the griffons' habits. How are they hunting, what kind of prey they prefer, basically to try to share what they do, how they fight them, how they tame them, basically give you a brief introduction at first, as they are the two of the most experienced scouts that the Birch district can offer.
Hmm.
How much the griffin costs, the one that is tamed? That should tell us.
Couple hundred gold, for sure.
These
At
two
least.
10,000.
It's not about the cost of acquiring them, it's the cost of maintaining them.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience.
It's like a
with
printer, you know?
maintaining horses. We
So,
maintain our horses really good.
yeah, so the dudes are basically taking you out to a place like called Polygon, where they have a spot for conversing with you without interruptions. And if you would like to spend, they would spend the rest of the day conversing with you on this topic.
If we want to do the taming thing, sure.
I mean, fair enough. Also, Rafe, I think this would be the place for you to learn about potion brewery, right? Maybe they have some books or specialists on it.
The place to
Maybe
learn
that
what?
grandma?
Oh. Let's do taming, let's do taming.
Okay. Just saying, like, it's enough if one of us is good, like, in one skill, and others can focus on other stuff, then we can be more efficient.
Yeah, but I still need the 4 hours to brew any potions, so.
Maybe you need less if you gain some additional knowledge.
No, that was supposed to be if I keep on doing them a lot. So I have to be brewing potions the whole time.
Okay. Or you could do workshop, like that. Brewing plus getting instruction. I mean, like, probably the very knowledgeable about potions, right? That was just like the idea that I was thinking, what could druids be good at? Taming beasts and brewing potions, I guess.
Are they good alchemists?
Would be my best guess. Can't find out.
Elements?
I mean, like, if you're interested.
Do I have a boot camp? For advanced potion brewing? With Mrs. Selma?
2 weeks boot camp afterwards.
Yes.
Come on, it's
Certificates. Now you're
You start as an
officially
apprentice.
scientist, brewer.
It's just
Throwing
24
out
hours.
buckets,
It's very accelerated.
cleaning dishes, and then you grow your career.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can brew technically beer 24/7 without any. I mean, just like passively, right? If then you have a certificate, then you can give it a brand. Then you can sell it for more. We should have a brewery, on our lands. That's what we should do.
Yes. Yeah, we can do that.
The power
We
brew.
just need ingredients and then we just work doing them and selling
Just
them.
need
for
one
very
person
expensive.
sitting there and clicking the button on this brewing device all the time. So it
Well, then we need
auto-brews
more brewing
24/7.
device.
Gonna be, it's already a lot. Every hour or so you can do.
Quite some. Okay, but so for now we're listening to the hunters. Everyone's listening to the hunters, or someone setting out to learn something else.
Yeah, I will provide a full list documentation of the election to you that the dude's providing. If you have any very specific questions, you would need to write it down in general, like some very specific, something super weird.
I have got some super weird questions.
Exactly, that's you can also ask that for sure. But as the election continues, and you notice that the shadows in the room appear more and more intense as the sun passes down, Around at least 5 hours has passed. You hear a knock in the room that you are currently having your election.
Okay.
And after this knock, the election stops as the door opens up. And you see the following figure entering the room.
He's fine.
Of course not.
What?
I
Cool.
would be like,
I mean,
there.
Bryn probably.
Ah,
This
no.
would be Bryn.
Yes. Stas, you're next. You're next. I'm just
That's
kidding.
not Bryn.
That's not. I don't know. I mean, looks similar but different. She didn't
I
have
mean-
any swords.
I mean, that's
As-
not Bryn, right?
So great.
As she enters the room, she looks at you all and says the following line. I'm glad
bastard,
you came
left me
back
there.
for me, even though you left me there to die. And yes, this is how we're going to end the game today. As the figure who is announcing this is... It's not Bryn.
Right?
Yes. It's not her face, it's not her body. It's not her body motorics.
She has a different body? That's scary.
Yeah,
this-
that's why she didn't
but-
look exactly the same.
Yes, the previous Bryn looked differently. I think if I scroll in the maps and lore, I was posting her picture recently. Okay, I can just repost it again. Bryn. Okay, here's a picture in maps and lore how old Bryn looked like.
I'm so older now.
So the color of the eyes, the shape of ears, the shape of the mouth, the nose angle, the eyebrow, everything is different. It's a different person standing in front of you.
But it's a half or elvish still.
It
Is it
is.
Human.
It is a half elf.
Oh, she got
Okay.
lucky.
Let's see.
Oh my god, next time let's
Yes.
grow a Sas arm and see the arm of what race grows.
Maybe it's a tentacle on the end, who knows?
Oh wow, that would be cool.
And then
Let's
if we
give
don't
the
like
some
it, we cut
ideas.
it and then we grow it again, right? Until we get like an orc's arm.
Cool.
I mean, technically that will work,
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
you can do that. But yeah, I don't know what are they gonna do? What are its offers gonna be with resurrection? I'm sure they will ask for something like bring us the dragon's blood, from
Honestly,
the mountain, blah blah blah.
No.
I don't really
Wait, what?
think
You
so,
wanna kill
because-
Sas and resurrect him?
Yes.
Oh, no.
What? No.
Just
my
the
god.
arm.
But
With a
only in
hand.
the PvP. We need fun.
No, come on. It will be a normal ritual. Half of the time the brains. That's it.
I mean,
Maybe she
technic-
lost all her levels. Maybe she's now level 1. We don't know that. Maybe she got resurrected, but she lost all of her. I mean, she
Maybe
lost the
last
body.
Here was she lived. I mean, it's her fault at the end. We told her to escape
Yeah.
if someone would come.
Yeah, so that's an obvious thing, and there were many hints about it. And yeah, Sergey identified it. Yes, that's the magic that druids do, as they would be changing the body if they try to reincarnate someone back. And as this process happens, there is a almost certainty that the body will be of a different race.
So Bryn was very lucky.
So you can see in the roll that I rolled for her.
Do we see in the roll?
54?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
54.
yes. And that was in the range of being a half-elf.
So what's the range? Is
The
it like
range
10
was
or-
between 53 and 56.
Come on.
What?
Really?
Okay, so let's
I believe in
assume-
luck now. I believe in luck.
Okay, so that's a range
Yes.
of 3.
Do you see the
3, 4,
luck?
5, 6. Okay, that's a range of 4 actually. So that means probably it's like
4%.
half. So that means usual is like 8. So we have like more than 10 different races here.
Do you believe in luck, Paulo?
Do you believe? Of course. I mean, it's honestly like this is no coincidence. She's been lucky right now. When the god of luck was just around the corner, right?
Yeah, I used the official table from the official spells. So well done. She might be less pissed.
Oh.
Half
Yeah, but then
elf
is it
53,
close?
56. Could have been a tiefling, dwarf,
Could be a draw, you know?
could be a
Just
draw.
imagine like an angry dwarf. You know, the way we know Bryn. You know, like a tall half elf hunter, female, and all of that. And then the opposite would be like a male short dwarf, but would match your anger.
Yeah.
But I mean, we came back for her. And now we know something, like, if we can pay, then we do pay. For resurrection. Because then we have kind of a guarantee it's not going to be something. If we go to part of the people.
You're lucky.
Lucky. So today's game, I think, really has been under the patronage of the god of luck.
Pretty much. I mean, Sas was about to kill an old granny, and it didn't happen.
She
Probably there's
got
also
lucky.
some... Yes. Everyone was lucky so far, I think.
Good, yeah.
I mean, at least everyone we know of.
Yeah, I still don't know what that wisdom saving throw was for before for me, but
Maybe your brother did something. It was before the conversation or after?
It
that was
was
after
during.
a while. During. What's trying
Does
to
he
do?
look like a strong guy? Like a level 20 adventurer?
Well, he should have
Right.
more than me because he's older.
Yeah, Rafe knows
I
more
know.
about her siblings.
Maybe he was checking if it's you.
Was it really him? Maybe he has enemies. I mean, he has to have a lot of enemies. Yeah.
Probably with that attitude. Certainly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he didn't give you any quests, as far as I heard.
What do you mean quest? Why would he
You
give
didn't
me
hear
any-
anything.
Like, you need to go there to save the tiefling's lands. You don't have any
Oh.
new requests.
We don't have any news. Like nothing else.
I mean, there was a request actually. Please come visit your father. He misses you.
Yeah, that's not true. But
You think that's just manipulation? You think he doesn't miss you?
I mean, yes, but not like wow, he really misses me. He would be okay if he sees me, but he's also okay if he doesn't.
Could be a
But maybe
trap by
he's-
his brother, just to kill him
getting-
on the way.
He's getting older, so maybe he kind of understands his time might be going towards an end, and then reshifting
we already-
priorities.
We already said that we're gonna go. So we're gonna go in the next 2 months. So that's okay. Since you insist that
knows
you
what
really want to
happens.
go, we can go. We can go.
I mean, yeah, we should go, but maybe we should prepare a bit. We should leave our lands behind because this is going to be a long trip. So we need to, put the next buildings into the construction queue. Make sure no time is wasted.
But we need new rewards for that, right? So then the next one is the Donovan one, to have more money to build more.
Yeah, I mean, Danudan statue, we should definitely check that out before because it's such a key point. We should have checked that out from the beginning, then probably would have had less questions overall, who knows. And also I feel like the Olympus Fortress is also something worth looking up. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
one
full
of them is a main
undeads,
quest,
so-
one of them is side quest, but I don't know which one is which one is the main.
Yeah, I don't even.
They're like close to each other and very, very close.
Maybe they're like connected. You go to the Danudan statue and then in a hidden trunk
find
in the
the
very
node.
bottom it says go to Olympus Fortress.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
Wait, you said in-
maybe then.
Yeah, so you have a lot of ideas what you want to pursue. And those ideas, they take time, definitely. And yeah, make sure you list at least some of your ideas now in the general channel for the memories. And also for helping me.
I mean, the thing with the list is we write them and then we never look back.
I do.
That's the usual course of
Sometimes
action.
we do.
Yeah, but that might be misleading for you, DM, because we don't look back at them, so we don't act upon our lists.
It's okay. That's on
I
you.
mean, it shouldn't be planned, right? Like it should be like.
If you don't use those, that's on you, you know?
Yeah, it should be what's on your mind.
Gonna
today.
come back and hit you, you know, at some moment.
You remember, yeah? In 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, so I think I'm gonna thank everybody who joined us today. Thank you, Sebastian, and others who might be watching it in the future, as the party of Power Rangers has reached the Druid Enclave of Quirinal and have managed to bring their friend back to life, to a different body, but at least the same race, sub-race. So, less troubles ahead. They have some requests they've been asked to help. Let's see if they do that. They met some relatives from far, far away. And yes, let's see where the Power Rangers go next. Thanks everybody for joining, and hope to see you next game.
Thank you.